So now, football aside, yes, just like I mentioned earlier, we had football, rugby, and the marathon. But then again, Tushamalizana football, that is the Mozart Bet Cup finals. Now let's just take a look at the National Sevens circuit that resumes today with the courtesy of the Dallas Sevens kicking off in Kisumu. Now it is quite interesting to see the dates were changed earlier. Ilikuwa ianze at Disop Sevens in Eldoret, but then again the Kenya Rugby Union had to alter the dates, and right about now tumeanzia at the Dallas Sevens with much anticipation at the Jomo Kenyatta International Stadium, and the tournament takes place today and tomorrow, and a lot of action is expected with the current champions Menengai Oilers already favorites of the game. We have KCB Rugby Club also favorites of the game, but I want to hear from you gentlemen, and to support Nane this time round. Are we expecting the similar action like last time? Remember, it is a circuit tournament where inaanzia kama this time round inaanzia Dallas Sevens in Kisumu, and then we'll be heading to the Driftwood Sevens that is in Mombasa after this that is taking place from the 2nd to the 3rd of September. I beg your pardon, that is of 8th to the 9th of July. Then again, we go ahead to the Prince Lu Sevens, to the Nakuru County. That is from August 5th to 6th. Then again, after that, turudi hapa Nairobi with the Christie Sevens. That is from August 12th to the 16th. And then our finals are at the Kababerry Sevens. That is from September 9th rather to 10th. But then again, with that schedule, we are in for a lot of action, guys, and I'm sure you can agree with me tukisema anything can happen. Unajua, last time out, KCB really caused problems for Menengai Oilers, who ended up being champions, and also despite the fact that they were champions, walipigwa game yao ya mwisho. So it is a tricky test for most rugby clubs. The good thing about all this is that they had time to participate in friendlies, in preparation for the games. We had friendlies happening in Kisumu. We had friendlies happening here in Nairobi as well. But then again, who are the favorites with you, Elvis? Whom are you really rooting for this time round? And what do you think you can expect this time round in this National Sevens circuit?
I know it is going to be a really good
game.
We know we have Ngong, Impala, Impala, which is at Ngong. They had friendlies with KCB, and I remember when they were there, I think 4th minute, they had a lot of successful passes, and in the last minute, I remember KCB began to become really serious because they lost once. So if they're not careful, they'll be able to start giving sloppy passes. But I think for the final, they will be really serious.
Right.
Because they know they want their expertise in their passing to continue. So they need to become more serious.
All right.
But what is really of concern is that KCB is really unpredictable. But for the finals, they really want it.
All right. What about you, Telvin? Whom do you think anasumbua this time around?
Personally,
yes.
I think KCB has a very they're good at their passing,
right,
and they have very fast runners.
Yes.
So I think if their coach is, I know, is pressured in some way.
Right.
So I know that the players too will be pressured into winning this game, and they need this game because they need to up their game, because in their last game they didn't do so well.
Right.
So I think that in this coming match they'll do better.
Right.
And Yeah, probably they
Hapo
win
sawa.
this game.
So you guys are team KCB clearly,
Yeah.
and I don't know why Menengai Oilers are also, they should be in the picture because walishinda hii kitu last time round. But then again just like you mentioned, it is quite notable. Yes. Right.
Okay, let me cut you short. I think my reason for supporting KCB
Right.
is because they really have good players and they're really motivated. Back in Nakuru, we remember how they used to attack,
Right.
and they also have their own favorites. So I think they have a very, very big experience when it comes to the game. That when they were both in the finals, we saw they all had equal opportunities.
Right.
But KCB focused more on their passing, and so they were really, really panting.
Yes.
But they're really also experienced. So when they saw the Oilers, and they were, let me give you another example.
Right.
For Menengai Sevens, while they were on their line, their position is they have 2 people in front,
Right.
2 on the side, and 1 behind. But when KCB saw their movement, they did not follow each other, but rather they decided to balance because they are really wise. So they were really expert, and they created something like a circular which helped them to counter the passes
Right.
that were being given. So I think KCB knows the game really well, and I am suspecting they had someone who watched the opponent, so he was able to see them come and also informed the KCBs. They had a player named Omar.
Right.
So please be careful about Omar. So KCB had an advantage. So they were able to fix. So they know where Omar is, they double tag him. So it was really hard for them. So another idea is, if they did not have a spy or whatsoever, and they did not know, it would have been easy because they'll be able to be beaten. But now they had the spy who knew, and then they came and reported back to KCB, which helped KCB fix their defense and also look at who's the threatening player, and also try and double tag him, or even
Right.
how to counter it. But that also allowed them, as you saw in the final, they knew a lot about their teammates.
Okay, quite interestingly, I sort of see the reason why you guys are supporting team KCB Sara, because KCB are the most successful side in the circuit with 4 wins actually. With then we have Mwamba and alongside the Homeboys sharing 3 wins. Then Nakuru and Harlequins having 2 wins with Strathmore Leos only claiming a single win. And also quite interestingly, KCB has made signings into their team. So they have been boosted with new players in their camp who can really go out there and cause problems for their other players. Now let's just take a quick look at the pools and how they have been placed together. In Pool A, let me just get your insight on this. In Pool A we have Menengai Oilers. They've been placed alongside Nakuru. Then we have Nondescript and Catholic Monks also joining Group A. Hapo nani ni mbaya kati yao wote? Kelvin.
Between Menengai and Oilers.
Champions Menengai Oilers wako hapo. Then they have Nakuru and Nondescript, and then they have Catholic Monks. That is Group A. Who are the favorites to gain most points?
This is just my insight.
Right.
Maybe I'd say Menengai.
Menengai.
Yeah.
Hapo sawa. Hapo sisi kupinga, kupigana kidogo. What about you, Elvis? Menengai, Nakuru, nani?
So for me, I think it's Nakuru.
Nakuru. All right.
Because last time when they were in the practice, we really saw the match.
Right.
They defeated
Okay.
everybody.
Hapo sawa. Group B, we have KCB, your favorite team, yeah? KCB, they are placed alongside Kenya Harlequins. Then they have Masinde Muliro as well as Team Mombasa. On that particular group, nani favorites?
Definitely.
Definitely. Of course.
We all know the rest are weak teams. KCB is the only strong.
Yeah.
We all know that. For Mombasa,
Right.
yes, they are partially there. They have good game, but I lean more with KCB because they have experience.
Right.
And their bodies, how they train. Because I had a story of
Right.
how they had a match and it was really challenging till the last minute. But
Okay.
KCB does not worry because they know in the final it will be only them with Mombasa and they'll defeat them.
Haya basi, sawa. Group C we have
And Mombasa, we know there's Shakahola, so maybe they fasted.
okay, sawa. In Group C tuko na Cabras Sugar, tuko na Strathmore Leos. We also have Daystar Kisumu, who are 2013 champions. Then we have Team Kisumu as well joining the bandwagon. Group C unaona atadominate Kisumu
The Kisumu.
because inaanzia kwao ama namna gani?
No.
Right.
It's because they really, you can see the effort.
Right.
I've watched a lot of their games and I feel they will be able to win. They were disappointed the last time, they
Yes.
lost an opportunity, and what you saw was that the coach continued effort
Right.
once again. So I think maybe when they see the game of KCB, Nakuru, Menengai Oilers, they've been watching their game, so they know what to expect.
Okay.
They've also studied their passes, and I know for 100% KCB will be there, and so I think for them.
Yes. On your side, tell me.
Yeah.
Group C tuko na Cabras, vile nimesema tuko na Strathmore Leos, 2013 champions. Daystar are also involved in Group C. Then we have Kisumu.
I'd say Kisumu because
Right.
I saw their last game
Okay.
and they hawakunibamba honestly. Wali lose, yes, but I know their coach is doing something about it.
Okay.
And I know we are expecting a win in that group because they've been there for a very long time.
Right.
And they have a good coach. They are athletic and they have a nice
Structure.
their body has
Okay.
built,
Okay.
and
Yes.
I guess they'll take that one.
Hapo sawa.
Yeah.
And then finally in Group D we have Homeboys.
Yes, because
Maybe. Protein muhimu. So of course, and also bearing the fact that Dallas Sevens is starting home ground, so probably they might have that kind of motivation because in the home ground they do not want to disappoint their fans. But it is a really tricky group, playing alongside Cabra Sugar, alongside Strathmore Leos, as well as 2013 champions at Daystar as well. Now Group D tukimalizia, they have Kakamega Homeboys. They have Homeboys, they have Mwamba RFC, then they have Western Bulls RFC as well, and as well as Makueni in Group D. Hapo unapatia nani? Elvis. Tricky sana.
I think Makueni,
Okay.
because of their terrain and also their practice, but I think they don't have enough confidence in their game.
Yes.
Because if you look at the other teams that are there, they'll pose a challenge. And also the fact that they also have low points.
Yes.
But what we can remember is at the high, they'll also have a match with them. So I think they will focus with ACK.
Hapo sawa. What about you, Stelvin? Homeboys, Mwamba, Western, Bulls, ama Makueni?
In that group, maybe I'd say Homeboys.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know about the rest of the team,
Right.
but what I know is Homeboys is a good team.
Right.
It has very good players and they are very good at what they do.
Okay.
I very much like their passing, and I choose Homeboys.
Hapo sawa. I don't know why you guys mnaruka Mwamba bwana. Mwamba RFC team hatari. Mimi hapa hivi this group D I'm going to support Mwamba, but then again we are going to see how it's going to pan out. Now guys, one crucial point we should bear in mind is the fact that the teams compete for the title by accumulating points in each tournament. Like for example the Dallas Sevens, when ameshinda hapo points the points that each team will get will play a crucial point you know, I mean, it will be crucial because when they move to the Driftwood Sevens next time round, you know, get the points, Wasongi tena wende Prince Lou, all this will be tallied until you know, up to the final game, that is the Kabeberry Sevens, and you know, whomever will be the majority, you know, who will have the majority points will, you know, be the winner of the national sevens circuit. And that is we saw this really well last season, where, you know, Menengai Oilers went ahead, walienda wakichukua points through the circuit, and despite them being you know, falling to in the final game, but then again they managed to still win the title because you know, they managed to perform really well in other circuits, so they managed to, you know, get top points, and when it came to the finals, when you tally the total you know, the total points that they had, they managed the winner. So of course the games are kicking off today, and we are going to keep an interesting eye, and you know, to see how they're going to pan out. Remember, we'll come Monday evening, we'll be giving you a detailed analysis on how it you know, the Dallas Sevens itakuwa imechezwa, and you know, you have to stay tuned hapa ndani ya Sports City to find out the whole detailed information.